Well, good evening, North Texas. I'm Joshua Weisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios, and you're looking at our Dallas sky camera from earthcam.com. This is the Reunion Tower camera, and it's been a beautiful day overall for some locations, while others have seen some rain and even some isolated thunderstorms. Now, not everyone's going to see that activity. Same with the activity we've got ahead. We'll walk you through that full forecast. Overnight tonight, it is going to be a little bit cooler in some locations compared to this morning. Some other locations, it'll be a little bit of the same old forecast. We're talking right around the lower to even maybe close to the mid-70s tomorrow morning. But other than that, just another slightly warm and humid start to the day. So right around 72 to maybe 75 degrees tomorrow morning, just depending on the location. So that's a look at your morning forecast as you wake up tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit more on the warmer side for some locations. Now, tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be another one of those days where it may be on the cooler side once again. But before we get into that, here's a look at what we've got for the immediate DFW area. Now, in the DFW Metroplex overnight tonight, it's kind of the same thing. We're talking right around 74 degrees for the majority of the towns in the coverage area. And then DFW Airport may be 1 degree warmer than everywhere else, right around 75 for our forecast tomorrow morning. Here's a look at what we got for tomorrow afternoon. Here's what I was talking about, a little bit cooler. Right around 85 to 87 degrees for the majority of the metro, but there will be a couple areas slightly cooler and slightly warmer further to the east and west. So it's going to be at least not a June-like forecast. We're not talking 90s. So if you're not a fan of Texas heat, if you're new to North Texas and you've seen how warm we can get in this part of the state, you're probably looking at this going, man, I'm glad we're not quite at that point in summer just yet. But don't worry, it's on its way. And if you're a fan of summer weather, the good news is it's going to be warm enough that you're still able to get out to the pool side. So we're zooming into the Metroplex anywhere from 85 to 87 degrees with the latest forecast for tomorrow afternoon. So that's a look at what we've got there. Now, rain chances. Not everyone's going to see rain today, as we mentioned, and in fact, not everyone did see some rain. But further to the east, along and east of I-35, along and south and east of I-20, that's going to be the more active area in terms of where we're going to see rain activity overall. And that's actually been pretty much the areas that have seen rain so far the last several days, actually. So zooming into the metro, we'll show you rain chances still in the high to very high range. So we're keeping an eye on the rain as we head into the next several hours. But keep in mind, some additional rain and thunderstorms will be possible once again tomorrow. Now, some areas will see additionally maybe a couple tenths of an inch to an inch. Some other areas with some heavier activity or training activity may see as high as almost 3 inches of localized rainfall amounts. So zooming into the metro, and this is a good example of what we mean by not everyone's going to see this activity. Some areas, now keep in mind, this is not going to be exactly what happens. So this little stretch here, there is a chance that you see some rain. This is just a forecast from the Weather Prediction Center, but doing a pretty good highlight of showing you not everyone's going to see rain, but there will be the potential throughout today into tomorrow. Now, there's no highlighted risk for severe weather once again, which is a good thing. We're not talking widespread organized severe weather, but we are going to be talking about in the area, maybe 1 or 2 of those pop-ups once again, briefly reaching maybe strong to possibly severe limits. But it's not high-end severe weather, but it's also not going to be widespread severe weather either. So can't rule out maybe 1 or 2 of those, but we're not talking widespread activity. Throughout the day, we have had some scattered showers and thunderstorms, almost tropical-like activity as it's making its way almost directly to the north. And now everyone's seen that activity. It's kind of, if you've ever visited Florida for vacation or any coastal area, and you kind of get those afternoon pop-ups, that's kind of what we've been seeing throughout the day today. In fact, future scans showing for the rest of today, maybe some activity continuing parts of our eastern coverage area. But then as we head into tomorrow morning, more activity starts to develop in parts of our county coverage area to the south. Then more scattered activity will be possible throughout the day tomorrow. Now, as we make our way further into the morning of the 6th, more activity may continue into your Saturday, so we'll be keeping an eye on the forecast then. Here's a look at the next 7 days. We've got rain chances coming up, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, low chances Monday for some pop-ups, and then a little bit more of a summer-like forecast. And before you know it, we're back into the upper 90s by Thursday. So warm temperatures back on the way. Every day is going to be a little bit different in terms of those rain chances. If you've been planning to get to the lake this weekend, I'd just keep an eye on the forecast, because if you're going to be on the water, have those ways to receive not only weather alerts, but also lightning alerts just in case, and maybe something that can show your radar, because there is going to be some rain and thunderstorm potential over the weekend. And then before you know it, that summer heat returns. So that's a look at that 7-day forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and tune in. We'll have more here throughout the week. If you like our media and forecast, be sure to support us today on Patreon. You can advertise with us this storm season and throughout the year. Contact us today for availability and pricing. Weather 225 since 2015.